The Delhi Capitals are looking good. They look like one of the teams that are perhaps favourites now to make at least the top two and play in that all-important qualifier number one. Ahead of their game against KKR, still in the running themselves on Maruti Suzuki presents ESPNcricinfo T20 timeout. We're going to talk about two players that did not feature in the first leg of the IPL but have made a serious impact in the second. Let's start with Nortje because that'll put a smile on Dale Steyn's face. We were wondering why he didn't get in the first leg, but now that he's in, you can't get him out.
Yeah, he's been amazing, and just kind of continued to run off that form that he had at last year's IPL when they were playing in Abu Dhabi and Dubai and Sharjah. And he's bowling really quickly. On those surfaces, it's made it really difficult. I think a lot of guys haven't played a lot of cricket of late, and the hardest thing in the world to do is to come out and bat, and someone's trying to bowl at 150 clicks. It's difficult. It's quick. You've got to make up your mind really quickly as to what shot you want to play, or spin, if it's like rapid spin and fast spin the way that Rashid Khan bowls. These guys are a step ahead of everybody else in that kind of department. So it's great to see that Delhi have him, and he's doing fantastically well. When you look at his numbers, they are remarkable, especially at the death. I think he's only going at 3 and over at the death at the moment. Given that he's probably bowled two teams when they're 8-9 down, but still, you've got to deliver when you're bowling in the death overs.
I mean, 2 for 12 and 2 for 18 out of his 4 overs is remarkable, Akash. Dale was surprised that the Capitals were using him up front with a new ball. He thought he's ideal to be the first change sort of bowler, but that seems to have been a bit of a masterstroke. You see that continuing?
Yes, that should continue as well because there are two things that stand out. One that Dale said, 150 clicks. You don't want the ball coming at you at that pace as a batsman because it hurries on you. And secondly, if somebody is bowling so close to the stump, so he's not giving you any width. He's very accurate for someone who's bowling so fast, so rapid. So if he's not going to give you width to actually cut, he's not bowling on your pads to just flick and get runs. How do you score runs against him? So and you have to then defend your pads and stumps and all of that. There is a mean bouncer, so you know that you're up against some serious quality, and every ball is going to be presenting itself as a wicket taking opportunity. So it is putting a lot of pressure on the batsman and on Rick Nokia with that kind of pace, and with Rabada doing what he does in the death overs. And Avesh Khan, the number of wickets that he's picked, I mean, they've got a problem of plenty. It's like riches that Delhi has. They could go whichever way they want to, and they will still have the right answer. So whether Nokia bowls a new ball or Rabada or Avesh, get your spinners in because there is a Venkatesh Iyer in the left-hander at the top. Get Ashwin to bowl. I mean, they are the most complete side in this tournament at the moment.
Yeah, and the reason we've clubbed Shreyas Iyer in this conversation is because they were almost came as a package deal, didn't they? In Shreyas's absence, you have to play Steve Smith, which means you couldn't have your batting fall short. So in comes Chris Wokes in the first leg. Shreyas Iyer getting runs, and this team is 10 times better with just that one double switch.
Yeah, it's amazing. And I'm so happy for Shreyas Iyer to come in and do what he's doing because he's a wonderful player. I think he's a great batsman. And Delhi just look the part. They look like they know how to win. And they've looked like they've known how to win for the last 2 seasons. They probably just didn't. I think Mumbai had the Mickey over them last year at the IPL. You could tell that there was just that Mumbai had just a cut above everybody else. But this season round, Delhi just they look so good from the bowlers to the batters, decision making, and it's probably become a little bit too easy for them in these couple games that they've played so far. There might come a time when they find one or two more difficult games. It could be tomorrow against a smart team. But so far, they just look like an absolute unit. And with Rabada and Nortje and their batting, everything just looks like it's perfect for them right now.
I mean, they do finish their campaign against Kolkata, Mumbai, Chennai, and Bangalore. They had Hyderabad and Rajasthan in their first two. But Akash, what a good time for Shreyas Iyer to get runs. It's got his owner tweeting to the national selectors too about whether they made a mistake leaving him out in spite of the lack of match practice. He still seems like he's had more game time than some of the guys that are in that squad right now, struggling for form.
No, he's just batting well. He's actually scored runs at the top as well whenever he has played. A bit unfortunate because just injuries happened at the wrong time and didn't have enough game time for India, and therefore not in the squad for the World T20. And and Delhi Capitals also did not really give him the captaincy back, did they? So once your captain gets injured, once he's fit and available, I thought that was a natural swap. He'll come, he'll start leading the side because Rishabh Pant was his deputy. So all the tweeting is fantastic, that you want to really just put it out there for the guys. But I thought he could have continued with the captaincy role as well, because when you're actually when you have such a fantastic unit at your disposal, captaincy has only so much of a role to play, and that would have been a confidence booster. But put that aside. The fact is that he's batting well, he's giving himself time, and they're not being chasing 180, 190. They don't have to score 200 any which way, and that is the best template that you'll find Shreyas Iyyer's batting, because if you give him time, if he gives himself time, he's a good pair of spin. He plays pace well. He paces the innings well, and that's working well for them.
Thank you very much. Aakash Chopra and Dale Steyn, Shreyas Iyer and Nortje have had a serious start to the second leg of the IPL, but they've got 4 tough fixtures now. Let's see how they go against the Kolkata Knight Riders. This was Maruti Suzuki Presents ESPNcricinfo T20 Timeout.
We call it people technology.